auctions and implementation of automation systems in their management functioning. But still, I would like to touch upon that the e-auctions get you the best prices because you don't have any option that you don't open your cards. Your total margin in your pocket has to be brought out. Then only you can compete. Then only you can win. Otherwise, you are a non-winner. And non-winners are always the losers. So you have to really win somewhere. And for that, you have to forget your huge margins which you are hiding in your pocket. And this is a very important, and this margin comes to your client. And therefore, many of the parties are aggrieved because of this e-auction. But why they should get aggrieved? When e-auction gives an opportunity to them to expand their business in all directions, then they also should be very happy. And therefore, e-auction is not limiting its benefits only to one particular community or particular kind of business operators. It is using everybody on equal footing. Those who are participating and losing in the e-auction by virtue of opening the cards, they are also getting very high prices in some other areas, in some other industries. And they are getting expansion of their business. They could have not thought to supply the materials to the export companies. But today, the arena is open to everybody. And therefore, nobody should get disappointed, disheartened, or have a setback that they have to forgo their margins. You are losing margins here for the client, but you are gaining margins in some other areas. It brings a very, very serious competition, and that is what is required in the business. If a business is without competition, then possibly it is something easy. Business needs competition. Competition is because of heavy price discovery and finally beneficial to each and every stakeholder of the. I also would like to tell you that sometimes there is a unrealistic price achieved in the e-auctions. And my friends who are there listening, particularly those clients, those companies who are getting conducted, please have a soft corner of this point. That when you are in a fighting, when you are wrestling, then you forget your identity, you want to be a winner. And that is the syndrome which buyers and sellers get affected. And sometimes the prices go much more unrealistic than at any point of time. And gentlemen, please be informed, be sure that if somebody is losing heavily in his business, he will die, but he will not be an easy man to be tackled. He will have dispute, conflict, he will create problems. So here is a suggestion for all the important clients to take a call that because of this syndrome which the prices have gone very high or very low, then please take a call and try to adjust something so that your business continues, because e-auctions can bring you this situation. But it is not common, it is just rare. But rare also to be handled. I have already told that the sellers and buyers are getting many, many opportunities. What is the most important and key functioning in e-auction? When anybody approaches, please ask that gentleman that please give me in writing that are you in position to give me a new buyer or seller in every auction? And if he commits, please take in writing, and then only you assure him your goods and materials to be sold or purchased. This is the key parameter. There are few companies in country, and they simply do the e-auction as a tool, but they do not add strategy. They do not use their resources. Possibly they do not know how to ensure that new buyers and sellers are to be every time added. And this is the true beauty of the e-auctions. If somebody is not doing, then he is not doing his job. Please don't accept it. And therefore, it is very important that you have to be cautious and alert for your business. Don't get trapped in the wrong hands. That doesn't yield you any bigger benefits. What is important for you to understand, I can tell you a negative of it, that there are some companies, they have got some scrap committees, and there are 2-3 companies I have come across, they fix their start bid prices just 5 times or 4 times, and they conduct the auctions fails. Auction fails. They go on reducing the start bid price. It is a funny state of affairs that such companies adopt this kind of policies. Please understand, your e-auctioning is only possible when your start bid price, because that is something which inches your auction. It is the key factor which is the most important element, and therefore this should be fixed based on lot of parameters. I can have another session for you how to fix this appropriate and relevant start bid price. It is a very big chapter up in itself. What is important, that whenever you are conducting auction, you must use end users, because they are reliable, they are stable, they are good in payment, they don't back out, and therefore always, if you are a strategic e-auctioneer, then you must get the right users of your goods and services, so that they become your permanent stakeholder, and they give you the complete convenience and ease of doing business. What is important for any auctioneer, that wider publicity, not only portal but also through so many, today is a social media can give you huge publicity of your goods availability, services additional availability, your requirements in terms of purchases, your service requirements. Please put it, and e-auctioneer must have the strategy and capacity to ensure that the requirements are highlighted at a very high level in terms of population, in terms of the in the communities and various kind of destinations. Database of the company must be very high. You should have not less than maybe 20,000 to 30,000 that sellers and buyers. Then you can have a ease of business doing. You can really discover good prices, and that is a very important thing. What is important, that all the doubts, any kind of clarification regarding the specifications, about the quantities, about the various terms, conditions must be very crystal clear. And that is the role of the e-auctioneer as well as of the client, to clarify each and every aspect, so that the person who supplies you or takes the material from you, he is knowing what he is selling or what he is taking. Sometimes these are very ignored areas, and it's a very serious drawback of the people concerned, that they do not give much importance on it. If you are looking for a right kind of price, if you are looking for the right kind of people to be connected, then it is very important that their terms conditions are very clear, all the doubts are clarified, demos are given to them, they are made at ease for participation with their background, and you get the byproduct as a good price. I would like to tell you that when you are participating in the auction, you must do huge homework. There are many people who do not do their homework, and they land in difficulty by virtue of giving unrealistic prices or the prices which are not feasible. So they are going to be loser, and therefore it is very important that homework should be done. This is another topic where I would like to take another session, so that all the parameters, all the possibilities, all the dimensions, how the preparedness by participating, because I know for sure that every one of you who is connected here, either you are participating or you are getting auction conducted. Therefore, it is a topic of the interest, and this must be covered much more in depth rather than just covering superficially. EMD is a very important document which is required to make that the persons who have participated in the e-auctions stick to their contractual conditions. They don't back out. They don't, and EMD is a very important thing which deters the parties who are not very serious, or those who are not interested to do serious business. Therefore, it is a very important. I will not like to, because my presentation is very long, and therefore I would like to cut short. Preparedness is still continuing, and bidding process should be understood by them. Terms conditions should be very clear. Strategic preparedness is required, that they should analyze the market trends. This is part of the homework. Bidding strategy also should be, this is itself in a big topic, and I would like to cover it. Documentation and compliance is a very important thing. You see, there are many hazardous materials being disposed today, and if you do not follow, then you are likely to trap in the deviations, and you can have a serious penalty by the government of India or government of the state. Therefore, the regulations, compliances are very important. And who can do it? Who can do it? The persons who have passed through these pains, those people who have run the large organizations having the materials, normal materials, hazardous materials, chemicals, metals, or all kind of materials, can understand this. And therefore, it is very important that not only the client but also all stakeholders of the e-auctions must have a complete knowledge. Otherwise, the business doing not only through the e-auction but otherwise also will be very difficult, and you may land in difficulties. In any e-auction, there are basically three stakeholders: buyers and sellers, they are part of the clients, and service provider, that is e-auctioneer, as Global E-Auction Private Limited is e-auctioneer, and Global E-Auction Private Limited is doing more than 148 largest companies of the country as well as abroad, including neighboring countries. And these stakeholders have to understand their roles, authorities, and also activities and jurisdiction. Then only they can be very successful. This is another area where we can take another discussion and make the things more transparent and clear to you. Who can conduct the auction? Auction can be conducted basically by the e-auction service provider. But some clients also conduct this auction, and I can tell you that the roles and responsibilities of service provider is very, 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 very important. And few of the points which I have taken here for your knowledge, that service provider is the person who designs your e-auction, which e-auction is to be applied, what kind of e-auction is to be, what time this is to be, what are the market conditions, what fee will be charged. It also takes the all coordination and communication with the clients, and a complete price data is supposed to be there with the service provider. He also has to ensure that publicity is done. The rules and regulations of the e-auctions are very clearly defined for clarity of all the participants, and databases ensured that maximum number of participants are there in the auction. Service provider also has to ensure that e-auctions are conducted successfully, and the platform which he has designed has to have all the latest provisions to ensure that nothing is, I can tell you, there are many clients who are very demanding, and they want to have their even the screen in particular mirror. They want to have the particular kind of report. They want to have the particular parameters of relating to the price, about the background and everything. 100% transparency in a manner which is done in such a manner. They analyze the results instantaneously. And this all is requirement and part of the e-auctioneer's job. E-auctioneer has to ensure that e-auctions are successful. And these all activities, what has been portrayed on the screen, are part of the e-auctioneer. E-auctioneer's role is the most important. If you are in the safe hands of the e-auctioneer, then you are a lucky person. If you are not using the right kind of e-auctioneer, then possibly you are losing something which you are not knowing, and you will not know also because it is hidden. I would like to make you cautious that there are some companies who are having their e-auctioneer portals as a company. A job which is not your core competence cannot be done efficiently by you. It is truly applicable in your case also. You are mismanaging your e-auctions. People will not have trust that you are doing your e-auctions because you can manipulate, you can manage the e-auctions, you can do some corruption, and even I can tell you even fraud if you are doing the e-auction by your own. And people don't have trust in you. Therefore, please do not accept this as a route of getting the better prices. You will be happy to have it, but you will be unhappy not to tap the true potential of the e-auctions. So better you don't adopt this. I have tried to educate some of my friends that how you should try to select a right service provider for e-auctioning. You should have your own criteria, the selection procedure, and methodology how you should land at the best e-auctioneer. What is important? Please note down all these parameters, and you will reach to the right e-auctioneer that is your destination. The e-auctioneer is supposed to survive. Simply by talks or by talking and appreciating, one can't survive. If a horse have the friendship with the grass, cannot live long. Likewise, e-auctioneer also needs money to operate, to manage the things efficiently. And there are many criterias. These criterias I have myself researched it and come out, and every time I'm coming out with new way of revolutionizing the methodology of getting the support from the clients. So you would like to just have a look, and I would like to proceed because I have to cover more content of the presentation. And these are all different methodologies which can decide the payment to the e-auctioneer, and you can certainly like one and discard others. If anybody has got any doubt, we can personally discuss this point, and I'm always open to give my opinion, recommendation, suggestion, and even my own feelings that how you should do it. Very important. I have told that it is e-auctionable for each and everything, every good, every commodity, every service, it is e-auctionable. But the limitation is that you should have minimum 3 participants. And preferably when you are going for e-auction first time, don't try non-strategic. Non-critical it should be, and non-proprietary. I can tell you yesterday itself, and one of my friends, one of my well-wisher, head of the commercial, I was discussing on a Zoom, and I was told that they don't believe in the e-auctions. I asked why. Because e-auctions have failed. They have not given us benefit. It's a misnomer. It's a misunderstanding. It's a wrong conclusion drawn. You have used your tool wrongly, or the person who doesn't know how to operate your tool, you have allowed him to use it. I told them what demerits or the problems you are having with any contractual. Contract means money. Money means attraction. Attraction means problems. This is a Maya. Wherever Maya is there, problems will be there. Wherever Lakshmi is there, problems will be there. So therefore, please don't conclude that e-auctions are not the right mode. And I tell you, there are few companies where we told them, we threw the challenge that, okay, you have got the impression, now I would like to change your, and we have conducted the auctions. And we have proved that e-auctions are, they are our now followers, they are our recommenders. They are the people who are talking big about e-auctions. Other day, Mr. Tyagi from Juari Group, his executive director was telling that we are having a bad opinion about. We had a discussion. And I told them very transparently that this is not right. And I hope Mr. Tyagi must be there even now. And I have changed their perception, their way of thinking, which is concluded based on the wrong performance of somebody. So please don't conclude like this. E-auction makes your life easy. And e-auction gives you the relief. E-auction gets the relief from the portal. If your portal is the right portal, if it has got the provisions to take care of all your commercial requirements in terms of the various parameters which are supposed to be ideally there, if your operations are safe and secured, if your portal is having the provisions of conducting all kind of auctions, you can go for it. You should have the auto bid system. You should have the AI application. You should be in position to see as an outsider whether e-auction is going rightly, who is participating, who is bidding without any intervention, how many people have come, then you get the confidence. And this is what the capacity of the portal is supposed to be. Simply by spending some money, and if you have gone for the portal and telling that we are the e-auctioneer, that is something wrong. Should be avoided. Nobody should accept that. So these are few of the parameters which I have enlisted for your kind digest, that if you are looking for any excellent portal, please examine these all points which are there. You see, people take that cartel formation is possible. I can understand that if your e-auction is being conducted only in the 5 people or 10 people who are only located in one place and being controlled by somebody, there is a possibility. But this is a rarest of rare. But we have got systems to even identify them that this is a cartel formation is going. The IP monitoring and its availability on the portal will ensure and will indicate that somebody is doing some manipulation at some point. And therefore, you have to ensure that your portal is one of the finest delivery to the people, having all quality requirement in terms of ISO 9000, ISO 27001, with a repeated and routine checks, balances. You should have the relevant computer. It should be also certified by Government of India people don't give just some certificate unless it is examined thoroughly, because they are the people who believe in systems, procedure and policies. So your portal should be certified either by certain or by STQC, and then you can treat it that yes, this is the right website. All kind of tests are required to be done. Now question comes, how you will conduct. I would like to cover it very fast, very quickly, because I hope you should not get bored. So therefore the forward auction is a very simple thing in very simple steps. Give the material to the e-auctioneer with the complete details, having all related parameters, including your terms conditions. This e-auction will be formalized by the e-auctioneer, and e-auction will be conducted on particular date and time as per your need, and report will be submitted to you. I have tried to explain many things which are part of the steps of the forward auction as well as of the reverse auction. So activities of FA post e-auction, these are also very important activities, and I think it will take a lot of time. But what I would like to share with you in nutshell, that every auction has to be analyzed how the e-auction has been there. Its performance has to be analyzed from these all parameters, and therefore it is very important. I have also tried to cover up the steps of the transport e-auctions which are enlisted here, and steps of the reverse auction is, again I would like to very briefly summarize that any item which you want to purchase, it's a complete specification. Your suppliers, new suppliers will be added, and these suppliers finally will